We're going to start the eye look that we have here. And I am going to go in first with like a, just kind of a neutral transition color. I want this to be kind of warm in the top. So normally I would go in with like Anastasia Birkin, which is kind of like a warmish, well, it's actually more of like a mauve-y brown color, I think, because it works really well as a transition shade for me, and I'm really cool toned, and the mauve kind of helps. But I'm going to go in, I want this to be warm, so I'm going to go in with Makeup Peach Smoothie first, this light orange color, on a big kind of fluffy brush like this, kind of diffused on the end. This is a Sephora Pro Smoky Crease brush. I'm going to take that color, and I'm just going to put it everywhere in my crease. I'm not going to take it too much like on the lid or even too high up to my brow bone. I really just want to keep it like in the crease. See how it kind of just like warms up the eye area. The whole point of a transition color like this is really just to help blend out the shades and kind of give like a warm or cool effect to your eye look. You don't necessarily even see the color itself in the end. Usually you don't, but that's kind of the point. It helps with the other colors that you put on afterwards. It kind of helps smooth them out. Okay, so now that that is done, I'm going to go in with this new Colourpop shadow that I actually got today in the mail. It's called LaLa, and it's like a rose gold color. It's gorgeous. I love it. So I'm going to take this color, and I'm going to use a MAC. Actually, I'm going to put it all over my lid first. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use this Morphe S30 brush. I think this might even be a concealer brush. And I'm going to dip that in to this color. I'm going to apply it to my lid. And it really doesn't matter how far up you take this because we're going to really just blend it up anyway. This is going to be a very simple eye look. This is going to be some, really 2-3 colors max kind of deal. Again, I want this to be something that's just really pretty, really glowy, really summery, something easy that you can do if you want to, go to a party or something and not feel, too overdone. And again, kind of just throwing this on there. And as you can see, it's kind of just like a really pretty, glowy rose gold color. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take a more fluffy brush now, and I'm going to go in with this. Actually, I'm going to go in with the MAC 217 for this. And this brush is kind of just crucial. Like, I feel like anybody who's into makeup should have this. It's awesome. It's more of like a rectangular shaped, domed brush, or diffused brush, I'm sorry. I mean to say it's diffused. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to dip this in, and I'm going to put this in my crease and kind of just bring it up from my lid up into my crease. And I'm also going to kind of pull it out here and kind of cat eye it out there, just to give a little more shape to my eye. If you see, I'm holding the brush, not so that it's going into my crease necessarily, really specifically, but more pushing it the long way to just get the color in the crease and build it up. Don't neglect your inner corner, your inner part of your crease either. I want this to be all just blown out. So now that we have that in there, I'm just going to go in with one last color. I mean, I'm going to go in with like a brow highlight color as well, but just for now, I'm going to go in for the actual eye look. There's only one more color that we're going to go in with. And it's going to be this color right here. It's Mango Tango from Makeup Geek, that orangey color right there. It's like an orangey pink color. And I'm going to go in with that Japanesque brush. It's kind of like the 217. I think it's a little bit more diffused. Take that and just pop that in there. The outside of my crease. Push it, again turning that brush sideways. And just kind of push it in a little bit. I'm going to stop about halfway. We really want this mostly to be on the outer part of your crease, the outer V of your crease. Okay, so that is that for the eyes. I'm going to do one more thing, and I'm going to go in with kind of like a little detailer brush here. I'm actually going to go in with this little dome brush right here. This is just a pencil brush from Morphe. It's the M431. And I'm going to spray some Fix Plus on it, and what that's going to do is make this Colourpop shadow look a little bit more like metallic-y. And I'm just going to dip that back into that same Colourpop shadow, and I'm just going to put it right kind of in the ball of my eye, just to draw like a little bit more attention there. Make it look a little bit more like shiny and reflect the light there, kind of give you more of like an open-eyed look. Okay, so now after that is done, I'm going to go in with another little detailer brush. This is just from Sephora. You can use any little tiny detailer brush. I'm going to spray it again with Max Fix Plus. And I'm going to go in here with, this is, I think, In the Spotlight. This like orangey glimmery pink shade right here from Makeup Geek. I'm going to take that on that little brush and put that in the inner corner here. Try to blend it out well because I want it to be like less glittery and more just like super reflective of light. So definitely blend it, you know, out well all the way in, and up a little bit and down a little bit as well. Under the tear duct area. Do that same thing again on the other side. And then I'm just going to hit that with just any like little dome brush like this and just kind of go over it. Blend out any harshness. So I want it to be glowy, but not like too harsh. And I go in and I just run that same brush over again. Again, just blending it out. And I'm going to go back in actually too with that original like first thing that we put, the first brush that we used for right here, this one, for the Peach Smoothie orangey shadow I used at first. I'm just gonna pop that one more time in the top here. Got to do that before. But you always want to do this anytime you add like a darker shade because it's just gonna make it look more seamless. See how that kind of just tied it all together, gave it more of like a gradient effect, and it wasn't as harsh of a line. You know, under my brow wasn't as harsh. That's the one thing I can say about that peach smoothie color. I can't use it all the time because, like I said, I am really cool tones and I like to do some cool tone looks sometimes, and it's definitely a warm color, but you can kind of use it for anything. Like, it just kind of like, if you make a mistake or like if anything starts to oxidize, it just kind of like washes it away no matter what. That's what I really love about that color. Opal by Becca to highlight under my brow. Just put it right under the arc of your brow. And Opal is perfect for a look like this because it's like, it's kind of beigey and like the gold-ish. So it works really well for this. So I'm going to go in and start my bottom lash line. And I'm going to start by using that same Anastasia 2-in-1 brow that we had used before. And I'm going to line my waterline with it. I'm going to use the more shimmery end, not the end we used for the brow, but the other end of it. I'm going to highlight, or I'm going to apply it to my waterline. What this does is give your eye like a really open, like baby doll, doughy-eyed look. And that's what we want for this look. We want it to be very fresh and very, you know, summery. And you can go all the way from inner corner to outer corner with this, all the way in to the tear duct. Okay, so the next thing I am going to do is I'm going to take that color, the Mango Tango color that we used to blend out our eyes. I'm going to take that on this little tiny dome brush, and I'm just going to rub that under my waterline. I mean, under my lash line, excuse me. Alright, so now we've done that, I'm going to go in with this brush. I'm just going to dry it off because we've sprayed some Fix Plus on it, had some product on it, so I'm just going to use a towel or, you know, a tissue, anything you want to use, and just kind of rub it off. I'm going to go back in with this color, this brush, excuse me. It's just a white pencil brush, white-haired pencil brush, and I'm going to go in with that Colourpop color that we put on the lid, LaLa. Dip that in, and do the same thing we just did with that other color. So now I am just going to take a little bit of Peach Smoothie, that orangey color we used at first, the transition color. I'm going to take that on this M222 dome brush, and I'm just going to blend out the lower lash line. Doing this will just really make it look super seamless and blended out. Okay, so now I'm going to curl my upper lashes. And I just kind of like grab it and pump a couple times. And this just helps prep your eyes for the false lashes because when you curl your eyelashes, it kind of helps keep the falsies up. and it makes it easier to apply them. So I'm just going to do like a really quick coat of mascara, and you can use any mascara. I'm just using like Camera Lashes by Tarte, and you just give it like a real quick coat. Nothing crazy, because you're going to be putting falsies on over it. This is more just to blend them together, so you're, you know, because you use glittery shadows, and I'm sure, you know, I definitely did, had fallout onto my lashes, so you don't want your lashes to be like white and glittery under your falsies. It will look a little silly. Alright, and then I'm just going to put some on my bottom lashes as well. Now I'm going to go in with the M501 from Morphe and the Opal highlighter from Becca, and I'm going to put that over it. Like I said, people, we're glowing hard today. Yes. It's the best part of makeup, I think, of doing your makeup, because it just is like, yes, it all came together. Yes. I love that glow. That's exactly what we were looking for today, girls. Exactly what we were looking for. Nice summery, glowy look.